Welcome back to my channel. This is Nadine Realtor ATX, and today we're going to get into Section 8 investing. Alright guys, let's keep it really simple. I'm going to get into some of the pros and I'm going to get into some of the cons of investing in Section 8 housing. I'm not going to really, advise you on actually investing in these properties. You'll have to make that decision for yourself. Pro number one is number one for a very good reason, and that is that you're going to get a check every month no matter what. And that check can run anywhere from 70 to 100% of the rent that is due. Now, HUD really also wants to keep you in the program. So because of that, rents are not static. That means you are probably going to be able to raise your rent 5 to 8% a year. It will depend on the fair market rents for that neighborhood. Pro number two is also really good, and that is reduced vacancies. Now, the Department of Housing and Urban Development maintains a wait list for folks who are looking for Section 8 housing. You're going to be able to access that list. Plus, of course, you can list it yourself on other sites. This just means that you're going to have a constant stream of people looking to rent your apartment. That's really good news. And finally, another really good pro is going to be in your capital expenditures. Because this is Section 8, you do have to keep the home reasonably well maintained, but a lot of aesthetic choices that you might have to consider with other rentals, you do not have to consider with Section 8. So you could save a little money here. Now let's get into some of the cons. There's always cons. What is that about? All right, con number one is kind of a big one for me actually. It's going to be bureaucracy and red tape. There is a lot of paperwork that goes into just getting you into the program. If you make a little mistake on that paperwork, you might have to start all over again. On top of that, even once you're accepted into the program, it could take months before you actually get that first month's rent check, and then it should go fine from there. But again, guys, that bureaucracy and red tape part could be problematic. Con number two is security deposit. The Department of Housing and Urban Development is not going to provide you any security deposit. And let's face it, guys, the tenant themselves is barely able to make the rent that they're asked to pay here. So I would not expect to get any security deposits from them either. This is risky because if something goes wrong, you're not going to have any funds in the background there to help you, get out of a fix. Con number three, eviction hassles. Evicting a Section 8 tenant could be a complete logistical nightmare due to the fact that HUD is extremely strict when it comes to evictions. Even if you are able to get a tenant evicted, that tenant can contest the eviction. So this whole process, guys, could actually cost you a pretty penny. It might be easier to try to work it out with that tenant. My final con is going to be regular inspections. Section 8 landlords, prepare yourself. HUD is going to regularly inspect your property to make sure it meets their standards. If it doesn't meet their standards, you're going to have to come out of pocket. Again, you don't have that security deposit. Let's keep that in mind. You're going to have to come out of pocket to make the repairs needed. Another possible risky move. All right, guys, that's it. Hit me in the comments with questions. Some of those questions may become episodes. Subscribe and never miss out on key information for your investment future. Remember, financial freedom is accessible. Let's get there together. Nadine, Realtor ATX, out.